this amazing street. Here in the beautiful historical town of Polop, you can see wonderful points of interest for the community to come together, just like this one, which is Font del Toro. As you can see, you've got all of these beautiful, adorned water fountains, giving you what it can only be described as breathtaking, good quality spring water. What I love about it also is it's got this pergola design that wraps around the entirety of it. And you also get to see these interesting flags of all the nearby villages and towns that make up the community of this region. So you've got towns that you can see flags for Callosa, La Nucía, Gijona, Denia, Altea, Castellón, Elda, Elche. It's quite incredible to see that they all had their own coat of arms. And obviously, because Polop has history that goes all the way back to Roman times, it's unsurprising that they do. I'm just walking all the way around this gorgeous perimeter, getting different perspectives of this course. And by the time it gets to dusk, around 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, it will fill up with various community members. In the summer, as well as when they do practice any kind of festivals, they do also come and congregate in this area. And I think they are actually in the process of mounting up something at the moment for some kind of community, public performance, or even events. This particular area is also fantastic if you're wanting to explore the artisan shops and wineries that are located here. After all, Polop is really well known for its good quality olive oil, and it has an amazing agricultural history to go to boot. So there's lots of places that we will explore and find as we go on, I'm sure. I am just outside this delicious looking Torrones de Gijona place to eat. And I'm going to have a look at their local exquisite delicacies inside here. I want to explore the olive oil, the wines, and all of the wonderful other treats that they have here to offer. This is like one of the many places where you can come and get all kinds of wonderful things local from the region. Moscatel. Delicious. Can you imagine cooking with that as well as drinking it? Liquors here as well. Tienes licores. The liquor de limón. Níspero. Oh, qué delicioso. Olive oil. So they've got all this honey, local honey, which is just excellent. Mil de flores. So you've got like sunflower honey. And it's really like quite inexpensive. So a jar that size is going to put you back €6.50. And then a larger jar, this is that Azar, will put you back a little bit more, I would imagine. Yeah, 12. Pottery. Oh, I love that. Delicious. It's really going to stimulate the senses, a place like this, isn't it? It's the kind of place you come into, you want to take a little bit of everything home with you and try it at your leisure. I mean, this looks like limoncello to me, even though I know it's licor de limón. What is fantastic about Polop as well is you find lots of great green zones. Because this town has a lot going on, it also has a very sleepy vibe to it. So you've got great relaxing places to enjoy if you're a family with children. And what's impressive about it is that the green zones are always overlooking the most spectacular views. the cascading views of the landscape, the realization of how green these areas are, and all of this uninterrupted land that you can just feast your eyes on the whole time. I find it just captivating.
Te esperaré hasta mi día, te esperaré todo mi día, te esperaré hasta mi día, te esperaré todo mi día.
Polop has lots of really beautiful, narrow, winding streets. Streets that go up and cascade down, adorned with gorgeous whitewashed houses and traditional houses made out of things like stone or terracotta. You also find that because it's so surprisingly green, that these houses have been beautifully adorned with all kinds of local and exotic trees, plants and flowers. You really do get a sense of the history that has been here since the Roman times, as well as the Moorish influence and the Christian influence that came after. This is Placa de la Purisima, also known as one of the main squares here in Polop. This particular square has actually been steeped again in wonderful history, and you can see the old photos of what it used to look like over 50, 60 and 100 years ago. What's great about this square as well is it's really close to the castle, which is also not too far away, and has around it amazing cafes and bars and places to discover. Behind me, you can see that this is a great water fountain, and this is obviously a point of interest as well, going on throughout the touristic season. It is a town that has lots of things that they promote in terms of events right here in this very space. Oh God, just the front is just incredible. It's stunning. Those windows. Look at the size of this. Incredible. The person that lives in this house is obviously very green-fingered. I'm just enjoying walking through these winding streets and exploring and literally looking at the most beautiful houses that have intricate designs, architectural features, ornate, beautiful brass and cast iron, like adornments on their windows, on their balconies. I'm amazed. And then they adorn it so beautifully with plants as well. I mean, look at that. Incredible. Cemetery Literari. Cementerio Literario. That's what it's called. So here I am outside of the castle, San Pedro Castle, here in Polop, and it is on a very incredible, high, rocky, cliffy terrain. You can see panoramic views of surrounding Polop, the mountains, the pine forests, and as well as the sea in the distance. It really is quite impressive. This particular castle was built around the 12th century and was seen as a fortress and a stronghold of defence, and was basically for the Alfazak initially of the Moors civilization that remained here. Then, after the Spanish Reconquista, it was then captured by King James I of Aragon in 1245. Inside, you will find that there are interesting architectural designs because it has been constructed over the course of many centuries. And so therefore what you'll find is a mix of Muslim as well as Christian details and architectural nods. Right here at the top of the cemetery, you get the oldest part of the cemetery, which still overlooks the castle below and the church. This amazing point is where you get the most spectacular and breathtaking views of Polop. As I've actually explored the cemetery and the church grounds, I've noticed that a lot of it has been dedicated to Gabriel Miró. He was a famous novelist and writer that was around back in 1855, and he was part of an intellectual group that wanted to talk a lot about the political things that were happening in Spain around the 20th century. As you can see, his work has been very much so revered here in Spain, and you actually get to read various extracts of some of the work that he has written, so that you get a taste of the novels that you can then go on to explore. He was actually from this region, and that's why he felt so passionately and so lovingly towards it.
Ti esperaré hasta mi día, te esperaré todo mi día. Te esperaré hasta mi día, te esperaré todo mi día.
Amazing. I can see the sea as well to boot.